Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into some really interesting educational materials. They're called Respect Heroes.
Yes, and what's quite striking is that they're not just talking about manners, basic politeness.
Right, it's much broader. They present respect as this comprehensive life philosophy. Our sort of mission here is to unpack how these sources see it affecting 5 key areas: time, nature and animals, belongings, traffic, and grown-ups.
Exactly. And they really elevate respect. It's positioned as, well, they call it the magic key.
The magic key.
Yeah, the idea being that it makes life more beautiful. It shows you care, that you're trustworthy. It's about building that social currency, really.
Okay, interesting. So let's start with that first pillar then. Time. They call it a treasure.
And it goes beyond just don't be late. Lateness is framed almost as a kind of theft.
Theft. How so?
Well, they use this example of a kid, Kareem, who misses a play date set for 4 p.m. He shows up late. His friends have already left.
Yeah.
So the point is, he didn't just waste his own time. He effectively stole, 40 minutes of their time? Time they'll never get back. It undermines the whole social agreement.
And that connects to work, too, right? There's that story about the father who became a manager.
Right. Not necessarily because he was the most skilled, but people knew his word was good because he was always punctual, completely trustworthy.
So that one trait, respecting time, basically built his future.
That's the idea. Time is like gold, but maybe even more critical because losing it impacts others too. You can't recover it.
Okay, let's shift to the second pillar. This one's quite profound. I respect, therefore I am human. It seems to be about extending mercy.
Yes, particularly beyond just humans. It starts with animals. The core lesson is that animals feel pain, fear, sometimes intensely. They use Kareem again, actually. He's throwing pebbles at a cat that's visibly trembling, and then later he gets bitten by a dog, but the dog was acting in self-defense.
So the lesson is?
The lesson seems to be that showing that kind of disregard for another living being, it diminishes your own humanity in a way.
And this extends naturally to the environment, to nature, treating nature like a neighbor.
Exactly. What really stood out to me was the point about trees. Tearing leaves off a tree isn't just minor damage.
Right. They link it to oxygen, to our actual breath. It feels quite serious.
It is. The damage we do there, it's framed as damage we do to ourselves, to our shared space.
Which ties into respecting others' work, too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The example of the teacher correcting Marwan.
Yeah, Marwan laughs at a street cleaner, and the teacher points out his job isn't to clean up our mess. It's about shared responsibility for the environment we all live in, respecting the effort people put in.
Okay, that brings us to the third pillar. Permission and property. Building trust.
And there's a really clear rule here. If it's not yours, don't touch it without permission, full stop.
Right. Now, the story about Saif. He gets punished, has to sit alone just for touching someone's eraser without asking. Some might think that's, a bit much.
Well, maybe the severity is the point. It highlights that the principle is absolute. It doesn't matter if it's just an eraser.
It's not about the value of the item.
Exactly. It's about consent, about the principle. If you can't be trusted with something small, how can you be trusted with something big, like a secret or a promise or a business deal?
So borrowing things properly becomes crucial for building that trust. Like the example with the mother and the neighbor's blender.
Yes, that was detailed. You return it quickly, you return it clean, and crucially, if it breaks while you have it.
You fix it or replace it. It's not just about the object. It's a transaction of trust.
Absolutely. Okay, so that leads us to the last 2 areas, which kind of blend together, respecting roads and grown-ups. It's about maintaining social order, really.
Let's touch on road safety first. Traffic lights aren't just decorations, they say. They're protectors. There's that example of the father stopping at a red light late at night, even though the road looks completely empty.
Right. It's not just about obeying the law because someone might see you. It's respect for the system, for potential hidden dangers, for the order that protects everyone. Good manners for the road, almost.
Okay. And then respecting grown-ups. This seems to be about more than just being polite.
It's shown through actions, through listening, following protocol. They mention Adam at a family gathering. Instead of blurring something out,
He raises his finger and waits. Politely.
Exactly. He respects the conversation, the people involved, their experience, the importance of the moment itself. It respects the whole social structure.
Yeah, that really ties everything together. It circles back to that quote they use. If you want to be respected, start by showing respect. It applies everywhere. from an eraser to a traffic light to a family conversation.
It does. This whole deep dive really shows respect as this foundational gift, something we give to others and maybe even to our future selves. It's a practice, really. Paying attention, being careful.
Well, let's leave our listeners with one final thought from the sources, something that really pulls all these threads together. Respecting time isn't just about being early. It's about honoring your dreams, valuing others' lives, and building your future with thoughtful, precise steps. Makes you think, doesn't it?